Hello, everyone. Everybody. Y'all. You people, you crazy kids, cats and kittens. My foot itches. I'm scratching it right now as we speak. Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your autumn. I hope that Halloween was awesome for you. I didn't do anything on Halloween. I didn't have any invitations, and I just kind of didn't give a shit. So I turned my porch light out in a very unfriendly gesture because I live in the dangerous armpit of a ghetto here, and nobody should be having their children going out trick-or-treating anyway. They would get meth-laced everything with maybe a hypodermic needle on top, just for a little bling. So luckily, no, everyone had the good sense. Even the people that live here had the good sense not to let their children trick-or-treat in this kind of neighborhood. So I didn't even really watch horror movies. I was like, every day is Halloween for me at my house and my vast collection of horror movies. So that being said, healthy living. I hope you can see it okay. My lighting is atmospheric and kind of kicky, but it is not particularly bright or showing. This book is something that's been in our family since 1930 something. Pardon me while I take my glasses off so I can see. 1934. This book has been in our family, and I didn't know about it until about a year ago when I heard whispers. My mother told me about it. And this book, Healthy Living by Winslow, Book 1, Part 1. I think it was kind of a textbook thing. It says on the back, Oklahoma edition. I can't read the rest of it. 39 cents, this hardback book originally. So it is filled with newspaper clippings. My grandmother, Florence, we called her Tootie. I will honor her memory and not tell you why we called her Tootie, but it was kind of hilarious. You can probably guess. She named Grandpa Poopsie, but it was disrespectful to call him Poopsie, but she liked being called Tootie because it was cute. When she was a teenager, okay, you have to understand, my Grandma Tootie, all of the grandchildren were kind of frightened of her, intimidated by her, completely put off by her, and even some of her own children weren't real fond of her. She was no nonsense, tough as nails, no bullshit. Everybody mind your P's and Q's. Everybody be perfect. Nobody have sex before they're married. You know, wipe your butt, get back to work. But she also was, I'm going to spend all day making cookies. Come help me. And ooh, let's go on an adventure. She could be like really fun. But mostly she was known for being very militant. And very, you know, that's a bunch of bullshit. Don't believe in silly stuff. And go to church. And she was like really strict and stern sometimes. And so finding out about this little scrapbook that she made as a teenager in the 1930s made me feel close to her in a way I never felt close to her before, because I can see by looking at this how much of an influence, well, not an influence, maybe it's like a genetic thing. Myself and my Aunt Anne, which is her oldest daughter, probably kind of like fascinated by the macabre and by gruesome stuff and stories of, you know, serial killers or whatever. Like, it was freaky stuff. And now I see that perhaps I got it from her without ever even knowing that she was like this. Oh, good Lord, I hadn't seen this page. Oh, how weird. I don't know if I can even show. I see this wreckage, like a bridge or something went down. And underneath this part of the story, it says, not a human face, right photo, peering out from, oh no, that's not a human face, peering out from the wreckage. It's only a gargoyle stone image, which is part of a bas relief decoration built on the outside of the Coliseum at roof level. It kind of freaked me out when I saw it. Do you see it there? Weird. So, the stories that she has collected are not about gardening and cooking and cats and crafts and all the things that I knew her for when she was alive. It is stories with headlines like life-saving serum turned to menace, doomed mother sees tiny son in death house to say goodbye. Bride of Slayer found guilty as court fans gasp in dismay. Killer accused in bride's collapse. Car not a clue in Miami crime. Gruesome scheme bared in Arkansas. Mother's dismembered body kept hidden to collect pension. Seneca, Kansas, July 7th. A woman who said she had kept her 88-year-old mother's dismembered body hidden more than 2 years to collect a Civil War pension is being held today by authorities. Mrs. Myrtle Latimer, about 55, directed Sheriff C.E. Carman and other officers to the body parts of which had been cremated in a kitchen stove after Postmaster W.L. Kaufman had demanded to see the woman to whom the $40 monthly pension check had been issued. $40. Of course, in 1930, whatever I said, it's a decent amount of money, I suppose. Mrs. Latimer said her mother, Mrs. Marietta Bishop, had died a natural death in January 1932. She said she did not disturb the body from its bed for several months, but finally decided to dispose of it. The upper part was cremated, she said, while the other was placed in a trunk at the home. Sheriff Carman said that Mrs. Latimer had used various subterfuges. I'm having one of those thick tongue nights. To cover up her mother's death. To friends who called, she would say that her mother was too ill for visitors. Frequently, she would give stories to the newspapers. The officer said that her mother was visiting relatives in Kansas City. No charges had been filed. Underwear bank looted by pair? What? The headline's weird for a lot of reasons. It's all these gruesome tales of murders, a little child smoking a cigar, some sort of fatal crash with photos of the two little girls. Painter slays wolf. Enid man, that's in Oklahoma, has remedy when beast of legend knocks at door. World's own service, it says. I don't know if that was a news service or what. Enid, July 7th. C.H. Cowden, Enid Painter. C.H. Cowden, Enid Painter, knows what to do when a wolf comes to his door. He shot it. Looks like blood on my finger. Where did that come from? Somebody called the newspaper. Upon returning from a theater, Cowden heard a noise in his chicken yard. He obtained a .22 rifle and investigated. Cowden discovered a half-grown coyote, shot it, and now displays the pelt as proof. That was newsworthy. I thought he had shot a werewolf. Skeleton and little black bag solve a mystery of the mountains. Rioting. Texas bandit trio believed trapped. Ancient statue, a historic clue. Fiji Island, discovery May. A discovery, we could use some punctuation. Discovery may help solve Polynesian race mystery. The word Negro is used quite a lot, which was acceptable then, but it's just really strange to see it. Wow, and what was funny is when I first got my hands on this book, and it is on loan to me from my grandfather, who likes to keep it nearby, because it just smacks of her, I guess, was when American Horror Story was doing the Carnival one, Sideshow, and what was it called? Freak Show, right? Yeah, I think so. Freak Show. And they had the two conjoined twins. Well, the conjoined twins. And of course, I read that they were based on a real set called the Hilton Sisters, and I had seen them in old videos and things. But I didn't remember much about them. And then a day or two later, lo and behold, I accidentally ran across a documentary that was about them and watched that, and I was fascinated. And then a few days after that, this book came into my possession, and there are articles about those twins, like back when they were really being famous and they were in the newspapers all the time. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'll have to find a few stories and specifically mark them and come back and read some of it to y'all. I think you'll get a kick out of it. I know I certainly do. Healthy living, my eye. Very unhealthy, very titillating living, I suppose. There's nothing in here isn't sordid. It's wonderful. So anyhow, perhaps I will come back if y'all like this kind of stuff and read you some more. Okay, bye.